Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris here. This is part two of the video for today's breakdown for Fanduel. If you guys have not seen the first one, go check that one out. It was just posted a little bit ago. Unfortunately, had to cut these into two videos since it was such a big slate. So we are going to be looking at the back end of it for Phoenix to the Denver game. So let's go dive back into it. So yeah, as I was mentioning, Portland and New Orleans. New Orleans is really not good against the point guard, shooting guard position. As you see, they give up a ton of three pointers 3.8, 3.1, and 3.8 per game. The only thing I'm worried about is a blowout, but as you see, Drew Holiday's in a really good spot, especially with the assist and the steal upside and 3 point. Denny Avila could be all right. Kamara could have a half decent game. Even Klingman could have a good game here. I mean, I'm just worried about the blowout, but like I said, I mean Klingman at 5,600 against a team that doesn't really have a real center. I don't mind looking at it. I know he doesn't play ton, but if you get some blocks and stuff, he could be in a good spot. But Sharp and Drew Holiday are going to be the two main that I'm going to be looking at here in this one. And over on the New Orleans side, if you had to pick someone, you can look at Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. All right, Phoenix and Dallas. All right, we have a 228 and Dallas Mavericks by 1.5. So yeah, should be a good one. Let's go. Since we have a little bit of time now, we can break down these ones a little bit more. Like I said, I apologize for it having to be two separate videos. But let's go look at Phoenix real quick. The defense for them overall, they're kind of middle of the road. Once again, they give up a lot of three pointers to shooting guards, 3.1, and also point guards. So that's kind of where they struggle for the most part. Field goal percentage is actually pretty good. So keep that one in mind. But they give up a lot of three pointers, so maybe Brandon, Williams could be worth a look in GPPs for Dallas. Um, I don't have a lot of exposure to any of these guys. They said I think Williams, if any, maybe Flag could be an all right option, and if Davis plays, he's in a half decent spot as well. Let's go at the Dallas defense and see what we got going on. So Dallas really does struggle against the center position all season long. It's been centers and power forwards. Look at the rebounds 15.8, 10.4 given up to both of them, respectively. 27.9 points per game given up to the power forward position. That's crazy. Field goal percentage to centers is 53.8. So they really do struggle against power forwards and centers. So one guy you can really look at is Mark Williams. I think he's in a really good spot. He likes to stay in the paint, get some, offensive rebounds, some putbacks and stuff like that. Didn't do the greatest against New Orleans, but I think this could be a better spot for him. A little bit more competitive game here in a really close one. So Mark Williams, probably one of the better plays of the slate at 6K for the center position. Royce O'Neal also comes into play at 5,400. Did start last time out, and like I said, power forwards they struggle against 27.9 points per game. So definitely don't mind looking at Mr. Royce O'Neal, and they give up some rebounds, so maybe a potential double, or maybe not a double, but 7 or 8 rebounds for Royce O'Neal. So that's kind of what we're looking at there in that one. Lakers and OKC. I'm not really going to go into this game. I don't have anything in this game much. The only thing I could see is maybe they rest some guys on a back to back, but OKC wise, but I just don't. I don't really have much. Ajay Mitchell could come into play, cheaper OKC player. Um, Struggle a little bit in the center position, so maybe Isaiah Hartenstein has a bounce back game here. But we'll have to see. I just don't have a lot of exposure to that game. Atlanta and Sacramento. We're going to move on here to a little bit faster paced game. Sacramento is on a back to back, and they just did not look great last night. 233 and 3.5 here by the Atlanta Hawks. And if you go look at the Sacramento defense, this is just I didn't realize how bad it was. I mean, it's pretty horrendous. They're good at small forwards, but that's it. They're terrible against centers. They give up 57% field goal percentage, 17%, 17 rebounds a game, 2.5 steals, massive blocks, turnovers. They just struggle. Um, so I really do not mind this spot for guys like Porzingis, Jalen Johnson, uh, Zachary, Richichet. He's going to be the one that probably going to struggle a little bit since they're good at small forwards, but they struggle against point guards. Uh, I mean, I just Really, really picking inside Jalen Johnson. Like I said, Porzingis are probably going to be two I'm really looking at. Um, and it just depends if Nikhil Alexander's back. You look at him, 3.8 field 3 pointers given up to the shooting guards for Sacramento. You could look at Keaton Wallace, but he's just with everybody healthy, his usage rate just really isn't the greatest. So we'll have to see what they do. And then over here on the Sacramento side, I would not be surprised if they start Russell Westbrook over Precious Achua, or maybe they start him over Dennis Schroeder, Westbrook over Schroeder. We'll have to see. But I don't think Precious Achua is going to start. It's just, yeah, I could see Sabonis maybe being out. Drew Eubanks starts. Who knows? We'll have to see what's going on. But I don't really have anyone from Sacramento. Atlanta's actually a really dang good defense, um, on paper. So I don't really have anybody. They struggle against shooting guards, so maybe like you can go look at Zach LaVine, Monk, GPP, but they do give up a crap ton of 3 pointers, 4 per game. So maybe one of those guys can get hot for sure, but that's GPP only. Like I said, it's a high total, so wouldn't be surprised if one of those guys got hot. But maybe if Westbrook starts, maybe you can put him in there as well. So definitely don't mind a couple Atlanta guys in this one. All right, Denver and the Clippers is our last one back to back here for Denver. And Clippers are still without Kawhi Leonard and I think Bradley Beal for a little bit. So let's go look at the DVP for the Clippers, and it's not great. It's not great at all. Um, struggle massively against centers. They give up a 52% field goal percentage, 12.9 rebounds per game, 2 steals, 2.1 blocks. So they are really good against the assist area, which that's where Nikola Jokic thrives at. So we'll see. I would rather take honestly Victor tonight than Jokic. It's a back to back for Jokic, and it's a slower pace game here against the Clippers. So, but yeah, shooting guard position they struggle massively. Clippers do 4.1 3 pointers given up. That to me right there shows Christian Brown. He should pop. He should have a good game. Did not do good last time out. Last night I had him and I thought he would do something, but he didn't do anything. So, like I said, they're in a really good spot. Christian Brown is on paper, but it just depends if he has a game here. If he does, then no one's going to have him. He's going to have 30, 35 points. So, just I really do like him. And I got another guy that went off. Bruce Brown did. I mean, Tim Hardaway. You could look at him in deep, deep GPPs only. But once again, those guys don't have massive upside. But Christian Brown, Jamal Murray are two guys I'm going to be looking at. Defense is not the greatest. 3 pointers, 3.4, 4 point shooting guard. So that's where you want to attack. I mean, shoot, even Cam Johnson might have a half decent game and get you 20, 23 fantasy points. Do I trust him? Heck no, I don't. But they struggle. They just struggle so bad against the three ball that even Cam Johnson might go and get you 23, 24 fantasy points. But I don't know. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Like I said, definitely check out the first part of the video that is on my channel already. Those cover the other games. Oh yes, another person I wanted to talk about real quick. I'm so sorry, guys. He was one of the key guys I wanted to look at. I apologize. All right, so we're gonna go back to Phoenix defense real quick. And as I said, they struggle against the shooting guard position. They give up 25.6 points per game, 3 pointers, 3.1, and they give up some assists, right? So who's that gonna be? Well, um, I found a guy. I found a guy that's not too bad tonight. Max Christie at 5,100. I really don't mind him coming off the bench. He's been pretty productive coming off the bench the last 2 games, 32 and 31. So another guy that you want to look at as well in this one. So that's one guy that I skipped over. So, but yeah, besides that, like I said, check out the first part of the video. And if you guys want to get in on premium, like I said, it was a really good night last night, 359.6. One of our subs won 200. And like I said, a couple of our other ones, 170 and 90 off $10. So definitely not too bad. Only a $6 day pass for 2 lineups for Fanduel or DraftKings is up to you, or you can do one of each if you would like to as well. $30 for a monthly pass. Like I said, absolutely, really, really, really affordable prices. If you want to get in, check us out on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. Or message us on our email. That will be there as well. And you guys all signed up for today's slate. All right, once again, thank you for watching. Make sure to check out the first part, and we'll see you guys here in the next one.